Hey guys, Dale Malik here with Watch to Wear. Yeah, I know I'm in a different place. I'm actually in my car, not in my office or in my bar, and there's a reason for this. Trust me when I tell you this. But before we get started, as always, just a quick website update. Had a meeting with my guys yesterday, and things are coming along very nicely. We're right on track. I know I keep saying that, but we're going to plan on going live in August, and I'm super excited about it because I really believe that it's going to change the way we purchase watches on the internet. Look, if you guys like buying and selling watches on the watch forums, you're going to love Watch to Wear. Trust me when I tell you this. It's really going to change things. I don't want to give away any more than what I'm talking about, but you see these beautiful screen captures that we put up. It's coming along very nicely, and quite frankly, it's going to be very cool. You're going to love it. But anyway, today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different. Obviously, I'm in my car. The car is a Porsche 911. It's a newer model, 2013. They call it the Type 991. But I always find it very fascinating that there's a direct correlation between car guys and watch guys, or car girls and watch girls. We don't discriminate here. But there is that correlation behind it. And I'm kind of talking to you just a little bit extemporaneously right now. So we're not scripted, which is kind of cool. And that's what I really love about doing these videos, is sometimes just being off the cuff and just speaking just directly to you guys. But anyway, as you guys probably already know this, the watch industry and the transportation industry dates back to the beginning. Look at the old pocket watches, how they were inspirational with the rail industry. Choo-choo. No pun intended there. But anyway, watches and cars in the transportation industry has always been tied together. Is that, there's that correlation again. Look, Jack Heuer, the Heuer Carrera, named after the Carrera Panamericana, the great racing event in Mexico. Then you got the Heuer Monaco, Steve McQueen, Le Mans. Wow, that iconic picture of him wearing that watch. I love that picture. It's probably my favorite thing out there. But what I decided to do is I decided to do a video with the 911 and a review on a review on the Breitling Navitimer. They share a lot of the same characteristics. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so we're driving in the 911 here. So I guess the first thing that we need to look at when we do this review this comparison between the 911 and the Breitling Navitimer is first understand the history of the 911. The 911, in case you guys don't know, first came to the scene in 1963. It was actually named under a different name. I do believe the 901, but things changed, and when it launched in 1964, it was called the 911. But the one thing about the 911 that is so true, it evolved, right? So you didn't have those radical modifications or those radical changes to the vehicle like a Ferrari, like a Lamborghini, like an Aston Martin, and quite frankly, even like a Corvette. The 911 evolved. It evolved over time. And some would say that is very typical to the Breitling Navitimer. The Breitling Navitimer evolved. The Navitimer came on the scene in 1952, excuse me. And to this day, it's still pretty true to its origins. It really is. It evolved just like the 911. Look, I've owned many different 911s in my time. I've owned a 1980 Targa SC. I owned a 97 C4S wide body, the coolest 911 around. Boy, that was a heck of a buy. I owned a 1999 996. I owned a 97, or excuse me, Type 997. I think it was an 05 C4, little wide body on that guy. And today I own the 991. But from the very beginning to today, even from the 63 911 to the newest one out today, the 2018 they look the same. Yeah, they changed a little bit. They've improved, right? So the Breitling Navitimer has improved too. Better movement, right? It's a little bit bigger, like the 911. The case size on mine is 40. The new ones, you can get them at 43 or 46. They've gotten a little bit bigger. The movement's gotten better. Yes, each one of them went through some, maybe I would say, some radical departures from the norm. The 911, after the Type 993, the last generation of the air-cooled 911s, they went to a water-cooled version. Gosh, Porsche enthusiasts and Porsche files, as they call them, they went crazy. How in the heck can Porsche do this? How can they get rid of that beloved air-cooled 911? Well, there's different reasons behind it. Probably most notable is the emissions. Look, we had regulations coming in play, and they wanted to have a bigger horsepower to compete with the competition. But for the most part, it was the regulations. Now, take a look at the Breitling Navitimer, right? The Breitling Navitimer had those beautiful movements, had the Venus 178, which I had. Prior to that, it had the Valjoux 72. Then it had a automatic movement after that. Then today it has the Breitling in-house 01 caliber movement, which is a beautiful movement. The 911, you know, had the air cooled. Yeah, it went through that little departure. But did you guys know that Breitling veered from that and had a quartz movement? That's right, a quartz movement. That was during all that quartz craze type scenario. But you got these similarities between the 911 and the Navitimer. One, like we said, it evolved over time. It's gotten better over time, but yet it still has the same look and style. The Breitling Navitimer has the same look and style. Yeah, the logo's a little bit different. I have the twin planes. Some of them have the different logo as well. The, what is it called? The Aircraft Owners Association. I may be getting that wrong, but some have that logo. Today, you got the different logo with the big B and the Breitling, and it says Navitimer chronometer on it. The hands are still pretty much the same, right? You both have those loom hands. You got the 3 subdials that are the same, right? Over here at the 9 o'clock position, we got our counting seconds. And at the 3 o'clock position, sorry, I'm pulling over here a little bit. But doesn't this thing sound good? I may digress a little bit. This thing's got sport exhaust. Now, this is not high. Woo-hoo-hoo! It's got a sport. Oh, wait, I better get back to the video. Anyway, like I was saying, the Navitimer over here at the 3 o'clock position has our counting 30-minute counter, and then at the 6 o'clock position, it has the counting 12-minute or 12-hour counter. Excuse me. But unlike the new one, which has a date window between the 4 and 5, this one obviously doesn't. So, but they look the same. You got the pushers right here. The pusher at the let's call it the 2 o'clock position will start the chrono, stop the chrono. The pusher at the 4 o'clock position will reset it. Cool. The sweeping second hands on the chrono, okay? Mine is white, the old ones. The new one is red. Just these slight modifications. Take a look at the 911. What's the 911 have that it's always had? It's got the great center tack, woohoo, with the 5-gauge cluster. The old ones have it, as you can see. That was my 1980 SC. The new ones have it here. This is my Type 991 2013 911. But it kept that same look. Yes, people always say, boy, the Breitling Navitimer is so busy to dial. But did you know that dial is so clean in a simple way? But anyway, let's take a little bit of a drive here. Since most watch guys and watch girls are car guys and car girls, let's just listen to that engine. Woohoo! I love my car. Anyway, let's take a little bit of a listen for a minute. So, quick review on the 911 since we're back. So, what's the 911 have? This one has the 7-speed PDK transmission, 2-clutch system. It's awesome. Yeah, all my other 911s were manual gearboxes. but I decided to go with the PDK just because I really love that 2-clutch system. As you can see, this thing downshifts and shifts like just like that. No friction loss between gear shifts. Mine has the sought after, it's just a must-have option. That's the sport exhaust. And the new 911s, my other 997 had sport exhaust, but the new 911, they have what they call sound imposier. So it's actually going to pipe in the engine noise into the cabin. Right? So how does that figure out to a Breitling? Well, did you know the slide rule does all kinds of different calculations? Did you know that it can multiply and divide? Have your descenting and climbing ascent? Woo! Anyway, this one has a sport chrono package. I can do my lap times. Maybe just like the slide rule. Maybe that's a stretch, but it's pretty cool. The sport chrono package will actually hit my time, my lap times. You press the button and it'll actually change the engine mapping and throttle inputs to give you that much more aggressive ride. How does that work with this? Well, maybe it doesn't, but I just want to say it. And listen to this lovely noise. Woo! I love driving my Porsche 911 and wearing my Breitling Navitimer. So hey guys, back here again, but I want to talk a little bit more about the Breitling Navitimer slide rule. Okay, so the slide rule can do several different things. First of all, it can actually multiply and divide. It can measure your average speed. It does your productivity rate as well. It can also calculate currency conversions, believe it or not, fuel consumption, ground speed. What else can it do? It does the miles per minute, the rate of climb, and the rate of descent. It does a lot of different things, and you know, that's the great thing about this guy right here. It really does. And a lot of guys that buy this watch, quite frankly, and I'm included into it, I don't use those things. I'm not a pilot, although I would love to get my pilot license one day, but I'm not a pilot. I was just intrigued with the whole history behind the watch. I fell in love with the watch being a big James Bond fan, as you know from my previous videos, from the movie Thunderball. It was the watch that Major Duvall wore, and Bond was obviously dating his sister, the beautiful Domino. But I just fell in love with the watch, and I'm a big Breitling guy. I love them. As you know, I did the Breitling top time was one on my top 10 vintage watches that I really like, and this was obviously my number one. This is a watch I will never sell. I can honestly tell you that, and maybe it'll be gifted to somebody one day. But I love this watch, and but anyway, just wanted to mention that as far as the different things with the slide rules too. And basically, if you just keep looking at the origin of the 911 and the Breitling Navitimer, they really haven't changed. We talked about the 3 subs, and for me, that kind of like gives me the comparison to the 5-gauge cluster and the Great Center Tack. Obviously, the 5-gauge cluster is different than the old ones. The new ones is, the new one is more updated. It's more digitalized, where you can control a lot of different functions on it, but same principle holds the same. The 911 was a very ergonomic car. It's a very ergonomic car, and same thing with the Breitling Navitimer. It's very intuitive, very simple to use. But like I said, a lot of guys say, oh, that dial's so busy, but look how clean it is. Look how awesome it looks. Doesn't it look awesome? It's kind of like the 911. It's just an awesome car. But anyway, let's go for another drive. Okay guys, we're back. I really wanted to pull over and talk a little bit about the slide rule on the Navi, just because it's really an important feature and function with the watch. And you can't remember everything about it. So let's finish up in the video and do the review on the 911, kind of finish that up a little bit. I just came up with this great idea. Cars and watches. I think it's a great concept. Who knows? What do you think, John? You like it? John does all our videos. John produces the videos, puts them together. He does a fantastic job. He does an awesome job. Thank you very much. Kudos to John. Tell John, give John a thumbs up. But anyway, finishing up on the videos, what do we got? We talked about the sport exhaust with with the sound enclosure, pipes that engine noise in here. We talked about the Sport Chrono package, how that could be similar to our slide roll. Maybe. PDK transmission, 7-speed. So this one's got the upgraded sport design steering wheel with these big paddle shifts for the PDK transmission. It comes with the Sport Plus mode, which comes in conjunction with the Sport Chrono package. And there it also features a launch control mode, which is basically going to launch. So what you do is you, at a standing stop, just hit the gas with your right foot, put your brake on with your left foot, release the brake, and you're off and running. Boy, it's a blast to do. It really is. Now you may burn through some rubber, but it's truly it's pretty fun to do. We get the 18-way sport adaptive seats. These are heated and ventilated. You get these nice bolsters. We have the red seat belts, the guards red they call it. There's guards red color. We have the guards red seat belts. We get the big glass roof with the suede Alcantara headliner. You gotta love that. What else we got here? Fuel saving auto start stop function. That'll come standard. PSM, that's Porsche Stability Management. That's Porsche's traction control system. And the really cool thing about it is you can actually deactivate this one too as well. So if you want to get a little bit more out of the car, if you take it to the track or just driving it, you can deactivate it so you get a little bit more out of it. Super fun to do. If you ever have a chance and take a 911 to the track, do it. I've been invited by Porsche on a couple different occasions. It's probably one of the best experiences you'll ever have in your life. This one comes with the Bose audio system. I love it. Take a listen. Love that song. It's called My Country. I'm not going to tell you who it's by. Let me know. See if you can figure out. Here's a hint. I'm a 1980s type of guy. I did have a mullet. I think I did. I know I had a mustache. Way back. Anyway, comes with the PCM. That's the interface. It's called Porsche Communication Management. The newer version, type 991.2, comes with a capacitive interface, so you can swipe and pinch it just like a smartphone. You get the upgraded whole navigation system. Comes with an online navigation module with real-time route guidance, Google Maps, Google Earth, and Apple CarPlay. This doesn't have it, but you got your nav, you got your trip, you got a bunch of other essentials in there too as well. It'll also check your emails and text messaging. So obviously it's Bluetooth. Comes with satellite radio too, but oh boy. Oh, clear tail lamps. Ooh. Sorry, I digress. I have to hear that engine. Clear tail lamps. Reverse Panda. Black car, clear white tail lamps, black dial, white subs. Another analogy, another similarity between my 911 and the Breitling Navitimer. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Please leave your comments below. If you liked the video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Hey, if you dislike the video, give me a thumbs down. I'm pretty easy. Partial. As always, make sure and check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And in closing, make sure that you always have watch to wear.